I'm Dirk, and this is my review for a free Iwatobi swim club. Um, I've been hearing a lot about this anime for a couple months now. People really just digging it. It came out around the same time as Attack on Titan, and if people weren't talking about Attack on Titan, they were talking about Free. Um, it's about a bunch of dudes in middle school who became really into their swim club and eventually go on to high school and bring back the swim club. Um, Going into this, I had low expectations. It didn't sound very interesting. Um, the people who were into it kind of painted it in a very boring fashion, I guess is probably the best term for it. But right from the get-go, it felt a little different than it was being described to me as. Let's start with the good. The good things about this, the colors and the animation and the art, they grabbed me immediately. It was very vibrant and I would say that fluid is probably the best way to describe the animation, which is probably the way they want it, considering it's about a swim club and water. And the water, by the way, looked great for something that was drawn, which is weird to say, but I really did appreciate the water. Um, there was some humor to this, like it wasn't stone cold serious for an anime about swimming. So there was some humor, and it wasn't like belly laugh, but I did get some chuckles from it, and it was fairly funny. Not entirely serious, and when I was supposed to laugh, I did laugh. I didn't find myself shaking my head at dumb jokes. I was actually good. Um, the beginning and the ending songs were both catchy as all hell. And I found myself humming along and clapping to the ending song by the end of the second episode. That was something I wasn't really expecting, but you know, I find that the better the opening and ending songs, the more I tend to like an anime. Not that that matters a whole lot, but I did, and it made the show just a little bit more enjoyable. Not that that's important, but I enjoyed it. So keep that up for anybody out there who's still making intros and endings. Um, let's go to the bad. There were some over the top reactions here and there. Like the character of Quo was a little perverted, which is unusual for a female character in anime, or at least I feel that way. And so she got a little bizarre. Uh, there was a point where Rin and Haru both threw off their shirts in a very dramatic fashion. And, this is all normal for an anime, I guess, but it doesn't, necessarily make somebody want to watch an anime, especially if you're not familiar with anime. So that was a little off-putting, especially when I didn't feel like the rest of the show needed it. The friendship, all the side characters were a little too into the friendship there. The staring longingly at your friend as he swims is just a little creepy. But I love my friends, but I don't stare at them while they do what they love in a very kind of creepy fashion. I appreciate them and I'll cheer them on if they need me to, but these friends were a little too into it. So that was a little bizarre for me. Um, I didn't feel like a whole lot happened in these first two episodes. Uh, the only thing that I could really say happened was they got the pool back up and running, and they started the swim club. But all in all, nothing really happened. They almost skipped an entire competition between Rin and Haru. Like the episode starts, and then all of a sudden they cut away, only to like quickly show it at the end. That was bizarre, and kind of ruined the pacing. But all in all, I didn't think a lot happened. At least nothing interesting to me. And this is kind of a side note, but it was a little weird. There was a strange number of dolphins. I don't know if anybody else caught that. There was, they called Haru the dolphin. They went to a store called Dolphin. Haru had a dolphin in his bathtub. I think the creator really likes dolphins. That's not important, but it was noticeable for me. But the thing that divided me was the characters. I didn't really enjoy the character of Haru. He was very bland and boring, which might be the point of a character like Haru. He really seemed like he was supposed to be kind of bland and boring, but I didn't enjoy that. I also didn't enjoy the character of Ko, or however you pronounce her name. The Rin's sister. She was just kind of the only point of her was to be the perverted character. Since they didn't want to have a perverted guy, they had a perverted girl. That didn't really entertain me at all. I wasn't really into that character much. But on the plus side, I really did like Rin and all of these other side characters, like the teacher, whose name escapes me. She was interesting. She had little subtleties to her, but she was actually an interesting character. And Rin being an antagonist, but they still consider him their friend, that was interesting too. Like I really kind of dug that. He's not a complete bad guy, but he's not completely a good guy. Not that really good or bad matters in a show like this about swimming, but it was an important subtlety that I liked. In the end, would I continue watching this anime? Probably. Do I expect to watch all 12 episodes? No, not really. But I'll go as far as I think I can. I'll definitely watch a third, and hopefully they'll start introducing more characters and something will happen. But I wasn't completely sold on this anime, but I'll continue watching for a little bit, hoping something interesting happens. So that is my review for free Iwatobi Swim Club. Sorry if I'm butchering that. Thanks for watching. Later.